initiated a responsive approach by creating an Emergency Operations Center, EOC, which facilitated availability and movement of food items, pharmaceutical and other essential products across the geopolitical zones, and assisted over 100 companies to boost the production of personal protective equipment, hand sanitizers, face masks, and ventilators during the lockdown. As you may also be aware, our government has set a strategic vision to lift 100 million people out of poverty over the next 10 years and outlined 9 priority areas, which are stabilizing the economy, achieving agriculture and food security, attaining energy sufficiency in power and petroleum products, improving transportation and other infrastructure, driving industrialization with a special focus on MSME, expanding access to quality education, affordable healthcare, and productivity of Nigerians, enhancing social inclusion by scaling up social investments, building a system to fight corruption, as well as improve governance and strengthen national security. All ministries, particularly the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Ministry of Works and Housing, Ministry of Transportation, remain crucial agencies for the attainment of our vision. During the course of the past few months, my ministers have rendered reports to the Federal Executive Council on their activities and outputs related to the achievement of these set priorities. Let me highlight a few of these achievements. Economic recovery prior to the outbreak of COVID-19. The economy recovered from a recession and witnessed consecutive growth in our GDP since exiting recession in 2017. This is evident in the growth rate of 0.8% in 2017 to 2.2% in 2019, which later declined in the first quarter of 2020 as a result of downward trend in global economic activity caused by the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic. On creating an enabling environment to drive investment into the country. Our government established the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, PEBEC, in 2016. The impact of this has resulted in Nigeria moving up 39 places on the World Bank Ease of Doing Business Index since 2015, and we were recently named one of the top 10 most improved economies in the world for the second consecutive time in 3 years. Nigeria is one of the only 2 African countries to make this enviable list. The steady improvement in the ease of doing business score and rank is a testament to the reforms implemented by this administration over the past 4 years. In addition to the improvement on the ease of doing business ranking, some of the reforms adopted have crystallized into improvement of online platforms and reduction of the time needed to register a company, as well as reduction of the processing time for exports through upgrade of the electronic system. In boosting our investment relations with other economies, we have commenced the review of Nigeria's investment policy to promote investments that meet the country's economic development objectives within the pillars of RIBS, which is responsible, inclusive, balanced, and sustainable policy framework. We have commenced nationwide implementation of willing buyer, willing seller policy in the power sector. This has created opportunities for increased delivery of electricity to consumers. Also, the execution of some critical projects through the Transmission, Rehabilitation and Expansion Program, TREF, will result in the transmission and distribution of 11,000 megawatts by the year 2023. On accelerating the growth of the industrial sector and promoting backward integration policy. We are currently revamping the Nigeria Industrial Revolution Plan, NIRP, with a focus on driving backward integration and increasingly domesticating production of key products, especially sugar, dairy, palm oil, cotton, textiles and garments, automobiles, and cassava starch. We are also concessioning 2 brownfield special economic zones, Kano and Calabar, while commencing work on developing 4 additional greenfield sites across the country. On facilitating trade and maximizing the benefits of international trade through multilateral trade relations with other countries. I signed the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement and subsequently inaugurated the National Action Committee to navigate Nigeria's participation in this potentially game-changing scenario. The committee is expediting the pace and is committed to ensuring the conclusion of the ratification process before the stipulated deadline of December 31st, 2020, in preparation for implementation from 2021. In view of the oil price glut, which has significantly affected Nigeria's foreign reserves and fiscal position, the federal government, through the Nigeria Export Promotion Council, NEPC, an implementing agency under the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, launched the Zero Oil Plan in 2016. This initiative is focused on boosting the nation's reserve through the non-oil sector and preparing Nigeria for a world in which crude oil is less relevant, mainly through rolling out export policies for 22 major products that could generate up to $30 billion annually in foreign reserves, in foreign exchange. To boost our trade activities and prospects, we must support locally manufactured goods. It is in this regard our government signed the Executive Order 003 in 2017, and several campaigns have been launched to create necessary awareness and momentum. As you will agree with me, this will, among other things, enable us to create employment for a large and growing population, diversify the economy from a relatively narrow base, build industrial capacity and trade competitiveness, as well as improve the management of our foreign exchange reserves to alleviate the economy's vulnerability to changes in crude oil prices. Once again, I want to use this medium to call on collaboration from various government agencies in this regard. These accomplishments I have mentioned are a testament to the fact that all hands are on deck in establishing a solid foundation for even greater successes in the future. Our government is committed to continue to forge ahead in the quest of making Nigeria realize its social and economic potential. Therefore, the cooperation of us all as patriotic Nigerians, as well as that of our friends and partners from around the world, will be required to achieve our set targets. In closing, I want to extend my appreciation to the members of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry for their consistent coordination of such an event annually. I also want to implore us all to observe all necessary safety protocols and compliance with COVID-19 guidelines. I thank you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by the Honorable Minister of Trade, Investment and Industry in Nigeria, Otumbani Adebayo, CON. Thank you very much, sir. Please can we applaud the President once again through his able representative. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is a usual practice of this great Chamber of Commerce and Industry to appreciate all those who have contributed in one way or the other to the successful hosting of the 34th edition, or whatever edition, previous editions. This time it is the turn of the 34th edition, and the appreciations will be in form of recognition plaques. I'd like to respectfully invite to please come up the podium at this point in time to help with the giving out of these plaques, the President of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mrs. Toki Mabobunje, the Deputy President, Ashiwaju Michael Olawale Ko, OON, and the Chairman of the the Trade Promotion Board, Mr. Idahosa, FCA, to please come up to the podium. And the first recipient of the recognition plaque will be the Group Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the United Bank for Africa, UBA, ably represented by none other than Muyiwa Akinyemi. Please can we applaud UBA?
Join Africa's largest trade and investment fair in Rwanda. Intra-African Trade Fair gives you access to more than 1,100 exhibitors, 10,000 visitors and buyers, and more than 5,000 conference delegates from more than 55 countries. Participate in trade and investment deals worth $40 billion as business and government come together to explore business and networking opportunities at the International Exhibition. Brought to you by the African Export-Import Bank and their premium partners. The IATF 2021, Transforming Africa.
Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the Board for Trade Promotion to hand over to you this recognition in appreciation of your being here as a special guest and also in appreciation of your being the headline sponsor of the International Trade Fair. Thank you for your consistent support of what the Chamber does. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Congratulations. Next is the Executive Chairman of the Federal Internal Revenue Service, ably represented by none other than the representative of the Chairman of the FIRS. Please, can you come up stage? Thank you, sir. Mr. Ezra Usman Zubairu. Please, can we applaud him?
On behalf of the Council, the Trade Promotion Board, all members of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, we want to sincerely thank the Executive Chairman of FIRS. We want to thank you for being a sponsor of this International Trade Fair. In fact, when the sponsorship was secured, I had to say to myself that there is a new orientation that is taking place at the FIRS. Thank you so much for your support of business, and please extend our greatest appreciation to the Executive Chairman. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to invite the National President of NASIMA, Hajia Saratu Iya Aliu. Please, can we applaud her as she comes up stage?
On behalf of the Council, the Trade Promotion Board, members of LCCI, we want to sincerely appreciate our national president. Hajia has been very supportive of the LCCI. She has been particularly supportive of my presidency. She was there at the investiture ceremony. And we'd like to seize this opportunity, too, to be able to congratulate NASIMA on its 60th anniversary. We congratulate you for all that NASIMA has achieved. And as LCCI, we continue to expect your support as the National Chamber, and thank you so much for being at this event. Thank you, Madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. The National President of NASIMA, Hajia Saratu Iya Aliu. Congratulations. Next, I'd like to invite the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, ably represented by Mr. Deputy Governor. Please, can you applaud Dr. Kadiri Obafemi Hamzat? And he's accompanied upstage by the Secretary to the State Government, Mrs. Folashade Jaji, and the Honorable Commissioner for Commerce and Industry and Cooperatives in Lagos State, Honorable Dr. Mrs. Lola Akonde.
So on behalf of the Council, the Trade Promotion Board, and the members of Lagos Chamber, I'm a little bit lost for words, and I don't know why. I think it's because we have this overwhelming presence of the top echelon of the Lagos State government. I always say to our membership and those who care to listen, that when you talk about Lagos Chamber being 132 years, you cannot look at the history of Lagos Chamber and you do not see the history of Lagos State. Lagos State has been consistently supportive. Sir, we send our best regards to Mr. Governor, the Governor of Lagos State. We thank you all for all of the support we have always received, and we continue to rely on that support. Thank you so much for taking time out of your extremely busy schedules to be here. Thank you, Madam. And as we move forward into 2021, to the glory of God, Lagos State will build back and build better. Thank you very much, sir.
Please, can we applaud the Deputy Governor once again and members of...
Mansa, Africa's due diligence data platform, is named after Mansa Musa, who was the 10th emperor of the Mali Empire. He is credited with placing Africa on the world map and opening up many trade routes in the 14th century, as during his reign, the Malian Empire may have been the largest producer of gold in the world. He is said to be the only man ever to control the flow of gold between Africa and the Mediterranean. Today, information is the new gold, and the Mansa repository provides a single source of Africa-wide primary data required to conduct customer due diligence checks on African counterparties. It facilitates the availability of Know Your Customer (KYC) information of African entities. Whilst promoting good governance practices, the Mansa platform delivers insight into Africa with the ultimate aim of increasing trade. It does this through access to intelligence on due diligence to enable trade, as well by revealing the investment environment and opportunities to promote trade. Today, Mansa aspires to leave a legacy for trade through enhanced trading relationships and changing the perception of risk on the continent. Mansa features Africa-focused data and information, online access, one-stop place for sharing and accessing of due diligence data, collated information for KYC checks in line with global standards, self-service onboarding of contributors and subscribers, fully automated customer due diligence (CDD) profile workflow, independent corroboration process for contributed data and information, availability of country profiles and investment climate, single window to access investment promotion agencies of all African countries, access to top intra-African traded products. The Mansa's key players include Afreximbank, the operator of the platform, contributors, financial institutions, corporates and small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, who voluntarily contribute their data on the repository, subscribers, consumers of the data and information shared on the repository. Subscription is open to all after verification of access. Verifiers, entities that have coordinating or regulatory authorities, as well as associations, registries and credible market entities, such as top 4 firms, credit bureaus, Corporate Affairs Commission, stock exchanges, and others. The benefits of MANSA are numerous in addressing today's trade challenges, the most important being, for subscribers, one-stop access to CDD information on African counterparties, smoothening of African entities' customer onboarding, reduced compliance costs, consistency of CDD information across various entities in Africa through standardized templates in line with global best practices and standards, provision of visibility on ultimate beneficial owners, UBO. For contributors, enhanced regulatory compliance through use of standardized template, ensuring consistency of customer due diligence information, CDD, reduced regulatory risk, increase in transparency, potentially leading to expansion of trade or business relationships in Africa and the rest of the world. Promotion of the integrity of your organization and business owners through credible and independently corroborated data, potentially reducing current high barriers to access to capital, particularly for SMEs. Reduced compliance costs. For Africa, vis-à-vis the development impact, governance, Africa-wide impact, risk management, trade promotion, single primary source for KYC. In the final analysis, MANSA is a digital platform that aims to leave a legacy for trade on the continent by addressing de-risking and changing perceptions through providing insight into Africa in the form of intelligence on due diligence data for enhanced regulatory compliance, as well as information on investing in Africa. Its ultimate aim is to enable increased trade with Africa and in Africa.
MANSA is the answer we are looking for to bring international financing back into Africa. Because of rising compliance costs, we've had many international banks cut credit lines to African institutions. Many countries have barely one confirming bank, thereby creating big problems for the continent. MANSA is an answer to that. MANSA will create the opportunity for institutions that want to do business for Africa to gain access to the customer due diligence information they require without getting involved in activities that cost so much money. So it will reduce the compliance costs significantly and therefore open the doors of Africa to international trade finance banks again. We hope that this will be a major contribution to the drive trade finance gap we currently seeing in Africa.
MANSA, Africa's due diligence data platform.
When you say Okunrin Meta, it is the time of that man to receive an appreciation plaque. I'm talking about the Honorable Minister, Industry, Trade and Investment in Nigeria. Please could you put your hands together for Otumba Niyi Adebayo, CON, as he comes up to receive his plaque of appreciation.
All right. On behalf of Council, the Trade Promotion Board, and members of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, it gives me great pleasure to appreciate your presence as the Minister for Trade, Industry and Investment. My personal appreciation goes to Otumba Adebayo, who is also a classmate, who made the extra effort to be here. He's an extremely busy man at this time of the year, and I truly appreciate that great effort you made. You're also a great partner in the future growth of businesses in Nigeria. We thank you for all that support. We thank you for the conversations we've had, and we continue to rely on that support. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Thank you. The
Honorable Minister, we thank you. At this point in time, it is an honor and privilege to invite, very respectfully, His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our own very dynamic and forward-looking President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, ably represented by the Honorable Minister for Trade, Investment and Industry in Nigeria, Otumba Niyi Adebayo. Please can we put our hands together for Otumba Niyi Adebayo, CON, ably representing Mr. President.
On behalf of Council, the Trade Promotion Board, and members of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, we present this token of appreciation to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, and we appreciate his representative, Okurimeta, for being here. The weight of this token as well is significant of the position that he's representing. Please extend our best regards to Mr. President. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented. Thank you. Thank you, the President of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Thank you very much, the Deputy President of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And thank you, the Chairman of the Trade Promotion Board of the LCCI. Your Excellency, the President, Mr. Governor, ably represented by Mr. Deputy Governor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Before we go ahead to the trade fair ground to officially cut the tape and declare the 34th edition of the Lagos International Trade Fair, this edition for the year 2020 open, it is only proper to formally appreciate each and every one of us for being here this afternoon. To move a formal vote of thanks, I'd like to invite the Chairman of the Trade Promotion Board of the LCCI. Please can you applaud with me, Mr. Gabriel Idahosa, FCA. Year in, year out, himself and his team have continued to ensure the trade fair is a huge success. Another round of applause for him, please.
Thank you. Thank you, MC. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented, Mr. Governor of Lagos State, ably represented, diplomatic corps, we have quite a representation of the diplomatic corps, corporate partners, our media partners, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the President, Council, and members of LCC, all I have to say about the innovations that we have had in 1 year. In a normal year, you will wonder what amount of innovations our President would have done if he can do what he did in the COVID year. So I want to thank the President for all the things that have happened in this year. And many thanks to all my colleagues on the Trade Promotion Board. They are so busy in the field now that very few of them in the room. On the last day of the fair, we will have the opportunity to recognize and acknowledge the incredible work that goes behind the scenes for several months before we have trade fair. Let me also take this opportunity to express our appreciation to the management of TBS. TBS and LITF are like service twins, can't be separated. And so somehow we find a way to work together, even in the most difficult COVID-19 situation. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we've done our best this year within the limits of the constraints to put in place a efficient fair. We have put instructions logistics, systems in place to ensure regular power, free movement within the fair arena, free flow of traffic in and out of the fair arena, security of life and property, including the provision of surveillance cameras to cover the entire fairgrounds, directional signs, provision of digital electronic billboards for advertising, provision of internet facilities for easy filing of reports by the media. So the trade fair will be done by real time across various media platforms, and reporters in this fair have facilities to do real-time reporting, whether it is print, traditional media, or social media. I'm confident that our exhibitors will get full value for their participation. They will also expect their business horizon throughout the development of new partnerships, new customers, and feedback from their consumers, and showcasing their products, not just to the Nigerian markets, but also to continental and global markets. Finally, and above all, I want to give thanks to Almighty God for making this day a reality. And we pray that the fair will run its course without any hitches or unpleasant incidents. Once again, I thank you for all being here today and for your kind attention. Thank you very much.
Please can we applaud Mr. Gabriel Idahosa, FCA, once again. Your Excellency, Mr. Governor, the SSG, the Honorable Commissioner, the President of the Chamber of Commerce, the Deputy President, all purposes duly extended. I'd like to just remind us about the COVID-19 safety protocols. However, the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry has provided free face masks, face shields, and hand sanitizers to everyone that will be coming into the trade fair this year. And in the spirit of the season and beyond, Your Excellency, sir, Mr. Deputy Governor, only last night, the Chamber unveiled its new logo, the refreshed logo of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And it is indeed a beauty to behold. I think they deserve a round of applause. All within the space of 1 year. Congratulations and well done. We want to pray the indulgence of those of us here at this opening ceremony that in line with the COVID-19 protocols, only distinguished guests who are on the front row will be going over to do the cutting of the tape and declare the fair open. The reason, we do not want a crowd and we don't want people to search, which is one of the ways that this disease could be transmitted. Please, we pray you indulgence. Let us do it in a very orderly manner. And before we go ahead to the ably represented by Mr. Deputy Governor, the President of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and all other dignitaries to please come to the fairground where it will be officially declared open. All other guests, please let us remain seated.